Okay, so we've had a bit of time off, haven't we? So let's see how we're feeling this morning in our poses. So come on to good cross-legged position. Just have a little wriggle about. Just find levelness underneath your seat bones. Just have a little wriggle about, and then just hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest. And spend a few moments just listening to the sound of the breath. Listening to the inhalation and the exhalation. And spending some time observing the balance of the seat bones. Look down at the floor, look at something that doesn't move. Just keeping your eyes still in the sockets to help quieten the brain. So just focusing on something on the floor ahead of you that doesn't move, about 6 feet away from where you're sitting, so that your eyes can become still in the sockets. Focus on breathing evenly into both lungs, evenly out of both lungs. Release your knees, bring your hands into Namaste. Press the palms firmly together, lengthen from your armpits into your elbows into the heels of the hands into the fingertips, just keeping your eyes still in the sockets. And with an exhalation, allow your eyes to gently close. Listen to the sound of the breath as it enters and as it exits. Filling both lungs full of air. Emptying both lungs evenly. Just listen to the sound of the in-breath and the sound of the out-breath, observing how they're different. Very gently draw your chin down to meet your chest. Lift your chest up to meet your chin. Just spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere. Hold on to that feeling of abundance in the heart area. And then release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. Bring the tip of the index finger with the tip of the thumb. And then as you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and focus to softly come back. Just take a deep inhalation in through the nose and out through the nose, lifting the chest. And with an exhalation, turn to the right side. So draw the body around to the right, bringing the abdomen across, and the ribs and the shoulders. Just listening to the sound of the breath, using each exhalation to intensify the turn. And then come back to the center. Hold onto your knees, lift up into your chest, elevating the heart area upwards. Take a deep inhalation, and then with an exhalation, turn to the left. So turning the other way, drawing the abdomen across the ribs and the shoulders. And then come back to the centre. Just come off your seat bones and come down onto your heels. So sit the seat bones on the big. So you have the big toes together, the knees apart. Just allow the legs to just sink into the floor a little. Just lengthen the knees away from the toes so that you can bring the shins down. Consciously press the shins into the floor so that the thighs activate, and then from thigh activation lift up into the chest, and then come forwards, hinging at the hips. Stretch your arms forwards, spread your fingers, spread your palms, and bring the forehead down onto the floor. Try to work the seat bones down to meet the heels. Lengthen from your hips into your armpits, into your elbows, the wrists, the palms. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, turning the tailbone in. And then come up onto all fours, turn your toes under and go up into dog down or go into dandasana if you're not going upside down. So turn your toes under, come up into dog down or walk your legs away in dandasana. Extend into the legs, tighten the kneecaps in both poses, activate the thighs in both poses. Press the fronts of the legs through to the backs of the legs. Lift the tailbone away from the backs of the thighs. Lift from the abdomen to the chest. Lift from the hips into the, or stretch from the hips into the armpits, into the elbows. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Just feel how the pose feels for you right now, how your body responds to it. Maybe we've had a couple of days off, so just observe how that feels for the body. Just work for evenness of action. Between the left side and the right side, observing whether the legs and the arms are working evenly, or whether it's more heavily working on one side than the other. Step the feet forwards, come up into a standing position, and then get a couple of blocks for your hands, and then bring your feet as wide apart as your mat. So just line your feet up with the edge of the mat, spread the toes, stamp the big toes into the floor, stretch the little toes out to the side. Lift up into the chest, wing your elbows towards each other behind you, lift up in the chest. Take a deep inhalation, keeping the legs straight, keeping the back dead straight, hinging entirely at the hips, keeping the head lifted as you come forwards, and then just find the blocks underneath your hands. Have the blocks underneath your shoulders. So just feel your way into the pose initially, just pressing the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs, hitting the shins back so that your weight goes into your heels, projecting the chin and the chest forwards. If you can go down lower, then do, but don't go down for the ego, go down because it feels good. And you can maintain the straightness of your legs, you can maintain the straightness of your back. Just listen to the breath. If you reach down to the floor or down to the heels, then do, but keep the legs straight, keep the weight in your heels, keep projecting the chin and the chest forwards. So whichever stage you're working on, just be really cautious with your back. So stay at a higher level for your back. So try and draw the shoulder blade region in. So hit the legs back, really firmly hit the heels back, and then lift the abdomen to the diaphragm, to the collarbone, to the chin. Try to go from this, just have a look at the screen a second, go from this, where the back rounds a little bit, to a concaved shoulder blade, where the shoulder blade's moving, that's it, to projecting the chin and the chest forwards, keeping the weight in your heels. That's the tricky bit really, keeping the weight in your heels. Okay, bring your hands into your hips, bend your knees on the way up if you need to, and then come up into Tadasana. Just be with the inner edge of the feet together. Lift out of the feet into the legs, into the hips, into the chest, into the arms. Just feel how the body feels on the inside. So for me, we've had a couple of days off. I've had a couple of days off, and in dog down particularly, it felt really heavy. it was good to observe that, because now after our limbering poses, feels a little lighter in the bones, not completely, but a little lighter. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Just setting yourself in a really good straight line so that you can bring that into the following poses, into the standing poses especially. Bring your arms out to the sides, in towards the chest, and then step or jump your feet nice and wide. Turn your left toes in, your right leg and foot all the way out, and then bring the chest to face the front. And then reach over and find the shin, turn the chest up to face the ceiling. Lift the abdomen away from the floor. Again, observe how the body feels in terms of its lightness or otherwise. Just stretching out the physical body. Observe where there is restriction. And observe where there is freedom. Just look down as your head over your foot. If it's not, then lift the chest a little more, squeeze the front leg buttock bone in a little more, and then look back up, turning the chest up to face the ceiling. Reach up with the top hand, come back to the center. Swap the feet around, turn the right toes in, and the left leg and foot all the way out. Take a deep inhalation and then come over to the other side. Just feel where there is resistance. Feel where there is freedom. Just keep turning the chest and the abdomen up to face the ceiling. Keep the feet firmly pressing into the floor, and then suck the energy up from the feet into the shins, into the thighs, into the hips, into the spine, into the arms, into the neck, into the head. So again, have a look down as your head directly over the foot. If it's not, then lift the chest a little more, squeeze the front leg buttock bone forwards slightly, keep that back leg hitting towards the wall behind you, and then keep looking up. And then come back to the center, bring your feet parallel, and then step or jump your feet back together, come back into Tadasana. Just feel the lightness of your energy settling itself. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. So we're going to do gomukhsasana. So get a belt to put over your shoulder. So get over your right shoulder to start off with. You might not need it, but it's useful to have it there just in case. And then when you're ready, just come back into Tadasana. Just find your Tadasana. Find your weight in your heels. Hitting the shins back, turning the fronts of the shins inwards, tightening the kneecaps, hitting the thighs the fronts of the thighs inwards so that the backs of the thighs broaden outwards. Tuck the tailbone in. Think of the legs as a corkscrew action, going from the front of the leg around to the back of the leg. So we're kind of corkscrewing down to the feet, from the hips to the feet. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Stretch the left arm forwards, really spread into the fingers, spread into both hands. Turn the palm, and remember to rotate the upper arm in the socket as you go. Turn the palm to face the ceiling as much as you can, and then at the last minute bend the elbow and then assist the hand up your back with the other hand, with the other arm. And then reach up in virasana with that right arm. Keep the arm reaching to the ceiling, keep the hand behind the back reaching up towards the neck. And then bend your elbow and then see, can you take hold? If you can't, then just get hold of the belt. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. So for someone like me who is prone to stiff shoulders, and even just about half a week off, it makes a difference. And you can feel how there is a little more resistance than usual, but that's fine, that's good. We're just opening up that stiffness. Keep the legs firmly in that corkscrew action. Keep the tailbone tucking in, draw the abdomen to the spine, lift the heart area to the ceiling. Pull the bottom elbow to the floor, the top elbow to the ceiling. Keep the head level. After being there for a little while, see if you can just creep the hands a little bit closer together. Pull the elbows apart, stretch the top elbow up to the ceiling, the bottom elbow down to the floor. And then stretch the top arm up to the ceiling, and then just gently release the other arm away, and then just come back into Tadasana, that corkscrew action of the legs. Fronts of the thighs rotating inwards, so that the backs of the thighs rotate outwards. So it's this corkscrew all the way down to the feet. Just swap the belt over to the other side. So for this shoulder particularly, I nearly always need the belt, especially if I've had a bit of time off. Stretch your right arm forward, spread into the fingers so that the palm stretches. Turn the palm all the way out, rotating the upper arm in the socket, and then turn the arm, and then again assist that hand up towards the neck. Stretch up with the left arm, reaching out of the previous pose. And then keep the elbow high as you reach down and find the belt or the hands. So on this side, now I definitely need the belt. So you can see my hands aren't as close together, but maybe you can get them there. So just keep the legs firm, keep the tailbone turning in, keep the abdomen drawing towards the spine. Prising the elbows apart. After you've been there for a little while, just see if you can just walk the hands a little bit closer together. Just feel the energy around the shoulders and the chest, that the pose really opens up. Prising the elbows apart, keeping the legs in Tadasana. Keep creeping the hands ever closer. belt, so now I can just about get my fingers together. Breathe in deeply, filling the lungs from the bottom to the top. Okay, and then gently release the top arm, release bottom arm, and then just come back into Tadasana. You can drop the belt and then rotate the palms all the way out, really spreading the fingers, spreading the palms. Just listening to the breath. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, feeling the lightness in the shoulders. Listening to the breath. And then release. Just stand towards the back edge of your mat and then step or jump your feet nice and wide apart for prasarita, padottanasana. So remember, prasarita, padottanasana almost literally translates as wide feet. So it kind of tells you what to do with your legs. Turn your toes in and then really activate the legs, tighten the kneecaps. Turn the thighs inwards like you do in Tadasana. Have your hands on your hips and then lift from the abdomen into the chest. Wing the elbows towards each other behind you. And then hinge at the hips, come forwards, lengthening forwards, and then reach down and find the floor. If you can't find the floor, then you can use blocks underneath your hands. Obviously you have one for each hand. Project the chin and the chest forwards. So feel that you can open up the backs of the legs by lifting the seat bones away from the backs of the thighs. Project the chin and the chest forwards, lengthening the chin and the chest forwards. Like we were doing in half uttanasana, draw the shoulder blade region in, concaving the back. Rather than letting the back round, we're concaving it. We're lifting the seat bones, lifting the tailbone up to the ceiling, away from the backs of the thighs, and projecting the abdomen to the chest. So you can stay here. If you're not going upside down, just stay here. Otherwise, walk your hands towards the heels of the feet, in line with the heels of the feet. So using the mat to help you to find where the heels of the feet are. Have your hands shoulder width apart. Have your elbows shoulder width apart so that the elbows are parallel. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath, stretching the seat bones up to the ceiling, pushing the fronts of the legs into the backs of the legs. Just listening to the breath. Just hinging entirely at the hips. Keep the head lifted if you need to. You can reach around the outsides of your heels. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Try to keep the back straight as much as you can. Okay, walk your hands forwards again if you brought your head down. Just lift up into the chest. And then bring the heels of the hands down onto the floor. Bend your knees and then inch your feet together, or step or jump your feet back together, and then come back into Tadasana. Have the feet together and then raise your arms up to virasana, stretching up. Listen to the breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. down. You're going to go back into dog down. If you're not doing dog down, you can do supta baddha konasana, so laying on your back with your feet together, your knees apart, or you can do dandasana, just stretching your legs away. Otherwise, have your hands shoulder width apart. Turn your toes under, have your feet hip width apart, and then come back up into dog down. So gomukhsasana. Just find your pose. Observe how your body feels from the inside. So the first time we did this, I felt really heavy. The bones felt heavy. But now, after we've done some of our sequence, it feels different. It feels lighter. It feels more like how it should. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Keep the fronts of the legs hitting through to the backs of the legs. Keep the legs activated, keeping the spine and the arms activated. Finding that lightness in the bones that radiates into the muscles. And then come down onto your knees, the big toes together, the knees apart, and then come into just sitting back in virasana, just sitting into virasana. Just feel the lightness of the body, the lightness of the limbs, just letting the legs mould itself into the floor. And then come forwards into Adho Mukha Virasana, just a forward bend that brings some quietness to the brain. Using the floor to stretch yourself out, turning the tailbone down towards the heels, lengthening from the hips into the armpits, into the elbows, into the wrists, into the palms. And then keep the head down. Just rest your arms at the sides of the body in child's pose. This feels as though it brings a lot of weight onto the head and the neck, then consciously lengthen from the shoulders into the fingertips. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders and then push yourself up into a seated position. Just staying in virasana, just observing the feeling of lightness in the limbs, just listening to the breath. Okay, and then sit directly onto the floor, and then just get a belt handy and stretch your legs out If sitting directly on the floor doesn't really work for you, if you kind of sink in the spine, then sit on a folded blanket or on a cushion. So just find your levelness. And have the belt, and then throw the belt around your feet. And then push your feet into the belt. Tighten your kneecaps and your shins and your thighs. And lift the chest up to the ceiling, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Just look directly forwards. Keep your eyes still in the sockets if you can. Just looking at something that doesn't move. Filling your lungs from the bottom to the top. Filling your lungs evenly. Emptying your lungs evenly. Pull on the belt so that you can roll onto the front edge of the seat bones. And then elevate the heart area upwards, keeping the seat bones pressing down into the floor. If you've got a bad back, just stay at this stage. If not, then, or if you know that your back feels okay, then just come forward a tiny bit, an inch or two. Press the shins into the floor, press the thighs into the floor. Keep those legs corkscrewing. So maybe the big toes are together, the heels are apart. Lift the abdomen to the diaphragm, to the collarbone. Keep coming forwards a little bit at a time. Coming into paschimottanasana. Lengthening up into the chest. So just working with your body all the time, coming forwards, but keeping the chest lifted, keeping the head elevated, keeping the legs corkscrewing and pressing into the floor just a little bit at a time, coming forwards. Maybe you can reach around your feet. Keep the head lifted, keep the heart area lifted. Just coming forwards a little bit at a time, just folding the body in half. Just feel where the seat bones are. Lengthen the seat bones away from the backs of the thighs, lengthen the heels away from the seat bones. Okay, and then gently come back to the center, just using the belt to keep the chest lifted. Just observe the quietness that comes over the brain when you come out of a forward bend. Just hook the belt around the right foot, just cross the belt over so it's easy to access, and then bring the left knee out to the side. Try not to disturb the seat bone. Bring the foot of that left leg in line with the inner thigh of the right leg. Now if this leg is kind of floating up in the air, then get a belt, not a belt, a block, and just support the head of the knee with that block. So janu sirsasana. So just come back to the first stage, holding onto the belt and using that belt to immediately, it gives you lift in the chest. So we want to kind of do this. We want to roll onto the back of the seat bones. In fact, do that. Just roll onto the back of the seat bones, let the chest drop, and then just feel how your energy drops almost instantly. And then roll onto the front edge of that right seat bone. Pull against the belt so that you can elevate the heart area up to the ceiling. Turn the chest to face that right leg, sorry. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, and then a little at a time. Again, just protecting your back. Just stay at that first stage if you've got a bad back. If you feel like your back will cope, or if there's no problems with your back, then just gently begin to come forward, bending the elbows out to the sides of the room. If you can reach around the feet, then do. Just keep with the belt if you need to. Keeping the head lifted, keeping the heart area extending away, keeping this front leg turning inwards. Keeping the head extending up to the ceiling until the very last minute. And then you can, if your chest is in contact with the leg, maybe bring the head down, or don't be in a rush. Just keep the head lifted as you come forward. So janu sirsasana, really good liver cleanser. Keep turning the chest and the abdomen to face that straight leg. Turn the leg to face the chest. Lengthen from the hip into the heel. Rolling the tailbone away almost from the back of the leg. Lift the head and then come back to the center, and then stretch your legs out in front, and then come back to the center, just using the belt again in dandasana, just lifting up into the chest. Just hook the belt around the left leg this time, and then get hold of the back of the right knee, keeping the seat bones in place as you bring that leg out to the side. Remember, if the knee is floating up in the air, just put a block underneath the head of the knee. Just to, if it's like this, then just give something to support the knee, because coming forward can hurt your knee. And then just hold onto the belt. Have a look at the way that your leg is extending, and maybe look at your toes. So I'm kind of not sure if you can see my toes actually, but what wants to happen often is that the big toe wants to be closer to the body than the little toe. So turn the shin, the front of the shin inwards, so that you can push the big toe into the floor. So if your foot was pressing into a wall, you would leave a perfect footprint. So activate that straight leg. Lift up into the chest and turn the abdomen. And then just a little bit at a time, just like last time, come forwards, drawing the abdomen across, the ribs across, so that the chest is in line with the straight leg. Keeping the back straight at all times. As soon as you feel like you're pushing your shoulder blades out, then just give yourself a bit more belt and work to lift the sternum bone. Draw the shoulder blade in. Keep that front leg really straight. If you can reach around the foot, then do, but just stay with the belt if you need it. Just coming forwards bit by bit, bending the elbows out to the sides, keeping that front leg turning inwards. And then just gently come back to the center. Just stretch both legs out, and then again just push the feet into the belt and lift up into the chest. And then come into cross legs. Roll onto the front of the seat bones, hold onto your knees, and lift up into the chest, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Take a deep inhalation in through the nose. And then turn to the right side, just observing how perhaps the body feels a little more alive than it did at the beginning. And then come back to the center. Hold onto your knees, lift up into your chest. Take a deep inhalation. And then with the following exhalation, turn to the left. And then come back to the center. Come down onto your back into supta baddha. The soles of the feet together, the knees apart. Have your hands on your lower ribs, just observing your breath as the body accommodates the breath and accommodates the exhalation. Push the heels consciously together. And supporting the outer thighs if you need to. Lengthening the tailbone up towards the ceiling so that the lumbar spine comes flat onto the floor. Draw the abdomen to the spine, lift up into the chest, stretch your arms, interlock the fingers or hook the thumbs together, and then lengthen your arms along the floor. Swap the interlock of the fingers or the thumbs. Stretching the arms really consciously away from the body. And then release your hands, just rest your hands on your lower ribs for a moment or two, just resting into the floor. Gently draw your knees towards each other, pull your knees in towards your chest, just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just a gentle massage on the spine. and then roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, and then get your folded blanket for your head just for the last minute or two. Just lay yourself out in a really good straight line right down the centre of the mat. And then allow the body to completely release into the floor. Let go of the muscles of the arms and the legs. Unhooking the muscles of the arms and the legs, so that the body becomes heavy on the ground. Out of that heaviness comes a sensation of lightness that radiates from the bones and into the muscles, into the organs, radiating into the flesh and the skin. Use your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness down into the toes, into the fingers, and up into the top of the head. And then when you're ready to disturb yourself, just wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers, bring yourself back into this pose of shavasana. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just a gentle massage on the spine, and then roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Just a final cross legs with your hands in the masti, just a final spinal lift. Draw the breath in through your nose down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice. Good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the extensions and the forward bends and the twists and the reclining poses bring to the body and to the mind. Draw your chin down to meet your chest. Just observe the energy that you've released around the heart area. Good positive energy that can send out into the world. And gently release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. Just connecting the tip of the thumb with the tip of the index finger, just a gesture of wisdom and intelligence and peacefulness that you can bring into your day. And then raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. So hopefully you feel as though you have really lifted your energy, giving yourself good, positive energy to bring into your day. Thank you very much for joining me.